Hey guys, excited to be here with you today. We are going to talk this week about morning routines. So, we're going to give Facebook a little minute to catch up. There we go. Hey guys. So, we are talking all about morning routines today, and I'm really excited about this topic. This is something I've taught on and done personally in my own life for a long time. And having a morning routine is so crucial for how the rest of your day goes. And I'm going to talk a little bit today specifically about how to keep a morning routine going in the craziness of summer. And I'm going to talk about my own morning routine and kind of what that looks like to give you a picture of how this works in real life. So before I get going, let's talk a little bit about why we should have a morning routine in the first place and why that's even a thing. So, I talk to a lot of people because I've taught morning routines for a long time. I hear a lot, well, what if I'm not a morning person? Like, why would I get up any earlier than I need to get up, right? I just want to sleep and I'll just do my morning thing when my kids wake me up. And what ends up happening is your kids wake you up. They need you, whether they're teenagers or toddlers. This is true. They want things. And so you end up kind of being in this reactive mode throughout your day. Like, okay, what do you want? I'll go do, get you breakfast, drive you here, do this thing for you. So that ends up happening. Another way that we end up in reactive mode in the morning is we wake up and we look immediately at our phones and we see, what do other people want me to see? Like, oh my gosh, what did people post in the night? What happened? A lot of times we're checking our social media first thing. And this just kind of is putting other people's agenda before our own. If you really think about that, you're saying, what do my kids want? What do other people want to show me on social media? Instead of, what do I really intentionally want to create with this day? What do I want this day to look like? And mornings are magical because if you're getting up before your kids, you have this little window of time when you are really in control of what's going on. There's not a lot of people calling you at that time of day. There's not a lot of knocks on your doors. There's not a lot of emergencies. It's just this time that can be really peaceful. And so, the way that I've set up my morning routine is, and I want you to think about this for your morning routine, because a lot of times people will say, well, what kind of things should I do in my morning routine? Like, what should my morning routine consist of? And the truth is, it can be totally individual, but it needs to answer this question: what matters most to you? Like, what is the most important thing that you want to get done in your day, that you want to accomplish this day? And when you know the answer to that question, that can be a part of your morning routine. So for me, my morning routine consists of this. I first wake up and I journal. I write things down. What came to me in the night? What's on my mind? What do I need to kind of work through from yesterday? I have specific journaling things that I do. I write thankful, gratitude. I'm thankful for whatever's going on right now, but I also write my thankfuls, my gratitude for the future. I'm thankful that in the future, my kids are grateful for the way that I raised them. I am thankful in the future that my kids and I have a strong relationship. I'm thankful in the future for this business that I've created, this coaching business that has thousands of customers, of clients that are working with me, whatever it is, whatever that is for you. Gratitude in the future is so powerful to bring those things into our lives. And then I write down my goals, the things that I'm working on, and I write those out every single day to keep them top of mind. And sometimes I just write them like, this is my goal. And sometimes I kind of expound upon it, like, this is my goal, and here's why it's important, and here's why I'm excited about it. So that is my journaling section. After I'm done journaling, I read. And for me, because this is what matters to me, right? I'm answering that question for myself. I read scriptures, and as I read, I write insights that come to me. So this is a really deeper study than like later in the day when I'm reading a book or a novel or business book or whatever I'm reading, and it's just something interesting to me. Then I'm just kind of casually reading. But in the morning, for me, it's a deep study, and I'm reading and I'm writing it down. When I'm done with that, I actually move locations and I come upstairs. And if the weather's nice, I go out on my balcony and I do yoga. And this is usually about a 20-minute yoga session. It kind of varies, and I'll talk about that a little bit more about the variability. And then after that, I do a short meditation, and that's my morning routine. That takes me about an hour to, depending on the day, if I'm really going strong, an hour and a half. And then my kids wake up and I do all those things I talked about earlier. Not until I'm done with my morning routine do I look at my phone, do I do stuff for my kids. All those kind of things happen later. So what I want to really talk about, that's what my morning routine looks like normally. Now, this last weekend, my family was in Zion. We went up to Zion National Park in Utah, and we were there at a family reunion. And if you've ever been on a family reunion or really any kind of vacation, especially with your kids, you know it's unpredictable. You don't know what the day's going to bring. You know that everyone's going to be doing stuff, you're going to be busy. And so, even on this vacation, I wanted to have this anchor point. It's just something I do every single day. I have my morning routine. And so, I got up in the morning, just a little bit before my kids, and I still did these things. But as you can imagine, I didn't have time, or I should say, I didn't want to take an hour and a half away from this day of family vacation. So here's what it looked like, that same routine. I got out my journal, which I brought on vacation. I wrote for a few minutes. I'm thankful that we're in this beautiful place. A couple things that were on my mind. It was maybe a paragraph where I usually do maybe a page and a half. And then I read my scriptures. They were on my phone, and I just pulled it up and read a couple of verses of scriptures. Then I did my yoga. One day I did get in a longer yoga session that was about a half an hour. The other couple of days I did about 5 minutes of yoga. And then I did just a brief, there's a 1 minute meditation video on YouTube that I watch sometimes. And I did that 1 minute meditation. And then I got on with my day. My total morning routine took about 15 minutes. Totally doable, even on vacation. And that process is something that I call the range of possibilities. So often we want to have this great morning. We want to have this great experience. We want to do these things. We want to read. We want to do yoga. We want to do these things that matter to us. But we have this little voice inside our head that says it only counts if you do an hour yoga. Like, you might as well not even do 5 minutes of yoga. That's lame. You're lame. Doesn't count, right? We need to quiet that voice and say, I am doing this because it matters to me, and I feel better when I do even 5 minutes of yoga, and so I am going to do it. And we allow that to be a possibility. 5 minutes of yoga is a win. Whatever we can get done, if it's writing one thing we're grateful for, that's a win. This range of possibilities says, I'm going to journal, even if it's short, and on days when I have more time, I'm going to journal a page worth. I'm going to write a little bit more. That range of allowing ourselves to win at either a sentence or a page really sets us up for success, because what it does is it allows us to create a habit. Day after day after day, we're doing these same things. We're repeating these same things. And as you repeat them, you are cementing in that habit. And this habit is so ingrained in me that even if I'm on vacation, it's something that I'm doing. Now, I want to tell you why I'm glad and why it matters to me to do it on vacation. I was with my in-laws on this vacation, my sisters-in-law and their families. And sometimes things are whatever, uncomfortable with when you're traveling with family. I was very grounded. Like, I had done my journaling. I had centered myself. I had felt the spirit, is what I'll say, as I'm reading my scriptures. Like, I feel these good feelings, and then I'm ready to take whatever comes throughout the rest of the day. So that's one reason why it's still important on vacation. Another reason is, like, we were sitting in the car for a very long time. Oh my gosh. We drove from Zion home yesterday, and it took us 13 hours. I live in Southern California. It was a long drive. But anyways, I'm so grateful that I have this morning routine, because I don't think that I would have done yoga. I wouldn't have, right? You just, like, don't get up and do yoga unless it's part of your routine. You think, oh, I don't quite have time. Like, I'm not just going to wake up and do yoga. Well, yes, I wake up and do yoga every day. So that is part of my routine. That is something that I do. And so that little bit of movement really saved me in that 13-hour car ride. So I want to come back and talk about this. Morning routines are so crucial to setting the tone for your day. And they keep you, when you do those things that matter to you, they give you this reservoir, they give you this well to draw from later. That's true for what I'm talking about for me for on vacation, but it's also true for you. Like in the morning, if you do some kind of whatever calms you, maybe it's meditation, maybe it's something totally different, but you do this thing, and then later when you're preparing dinner for your family and everyone's going crazy and you're like, holy cow, this family's falling apart, but you're not falling apart because you have this like reservoir of calm. You have this thing to draw from that you did for yourself in the morning consistently. And day after day after day, you're building up that strength. You're building up that reservoir. So, morning routines, so important. They matter even when you can't do them like all in this amazing 2 hour morning routine. A little bit counts, a little bit is enough. And this is something that I hope that is inspiring to you. Like I can start a morning routine, even if I only give myself 5 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes in the morning, it's enough. It counts. It will make a difference. If you want to learn more and go deeper with me on morning routines, this is something that I coach on in my program, Mompreneur Life Made Simple. We start July 19th. And I want to let you know I have a scholarship available. So if you're like, oh my goodness, this program sounds so good for me. We talk about organizing your day and finding balance between your family and your personal goals, those things that you feel on your heart that you need to do. If that program sounds right for you, but you're being held back by finances, don't. Don't be held back by that. Get on the phone with me, schedule a call. There is a scholarship program available for this July 19th program. Um, Anyone, whether that is, whether the scholarship applies or not, you do the same thing. You go to the link in my bio and you schedule a call. We get on the phone, we talk about what you're looking for and see if it's a good fit. So thank you for being here. I will be back tomorrow at 9:15 Pacific time talking more about morning routines. There's so much we can dive into here, and I'm excited to go deeper with you guys. I will see you tomorrow and hope to talk to you soon. Bye.